guys, it's Isabel. Today I wanted to do a video about stress and talking about how I deal with stress and anxiety. I'm going to be giving my tips at the beginning of this video for how I deal with stress, and then about the next half of the video or so is going to be about my experience with CBD oil and how it's helped me deal with anxiety and help relieve my stress. So if you'd like to go straight to the CBD oil review talking about my experience, I will leave a timestamp below and also in the description for you to skip ahead. But I recommend that you watch this entire video because I am going to be giving you some tips that have helped me so very much, but I also know a lot of you guys are curious about CBD oil. So if you prefer to just watch the CBD oil part, I don't blame you. It is pretty amazing stuff. So I believe that everyone should have their own routine, their own ritual in getting over stress. Everyone should have something that helps them relieve it. That's why it's so important to try different things. For some people, meditation works amazingly. For other people, meditation isn't a thing, or yoga. So just because something works for somebody else doesn't mean that there's anything wrong with you because it doesn't work for you. Everyone should have something that can get rid of their trigger. If you have stress and something stresses you out, odds are there is something out there for you that will help reduce your stress. So the moment that you feel stress, this is very, very important. You stop and you think and you process your feelings. And I highly recommend getting a journal and writing out your feelings. Whatever you're feeling in that moment, take some time to process it, because when we start to feel stressed, it starts to make us less productive. We make brash decisions. It's just not conducive to our happiness or our productivity. So it's very important the moment you feel stressed that you stop and actually feel the feeling and process why you're feeling this way. So writing it out helps you just get in tune with your emotions and really just get to the root of the issue, instead of just saying, oh, I'm just stressed because of my job. What about your job is stressing you? What about your life is stressing you? What about your relationships are stressing you? You need to get to the root of it, because odds are your stress will have a solution. Whatever's stressing you out can have a solution. Kind of figure out, is this anxiety and stress just from something temporary, or is it for something that is going to be reoccurring? Is it just the way my life is going right now in the moment? And one thing that I think is really important, and I have told so many people to do this, that is to write a letter to somebody. Let's say somebody's stressing you out and you can't necessarily go and say it to their face, or you just don't want to say it to their face and they're really bothering you and you don't want problems with them, then just write a letter to them. They don't even have to see it. They don't even have to read it. They don't even have to know you're writing a letter to them. Just put all your feelings, all the things you wish you could say to that person. Maybe it's an ex that you haven't gotten over and you just want to get over them, or they've hurt you so bad and it's causing you stress. Then write it all out, write a letter to them, and don't hold back. They're not going to read this. Just be completely honest with yourself and allow your feelings to be felt, because suppressing your feelings is really bad for you in the long run. Just sit with your feelings or your anger or your frustration or whatever it is that you're feeling and tell it you're only visiting. You're not going to be here forever, and I don't want you to be here. You're just visiting. No, feel it and then move along. And also write out what's stressing you out. If it's a bunch of things, write it all out, or even talk it out. Even record yourself talking about this stuff, or do a voice memo talking everything out and then play it back, and then kind of like, you know, calm yourself down and see how they affect you and what you can do to maybe fix the issue. My second tip is to make lists, and I am this type of person when I'm stressed out and I have so many things to do and they're piling up, or I'm behind on something. It helps to write out lists of all the things you need to do. So if your job or your goals or whatever it is, your tasks at home, your chores, your housework, whatever it may be is stressing you out, it helps to write lists, especially if you are a person who tends to see all the things they have to do and gets overwhelmed. And what I like to do is make a list of most important, what I need to get done immediately, to least important or smaller things that I can hold off on a little bit. My third tip is to clean your space. I tend to leave clothes places. That's just my thing. If I try something on and I don't like it, probably I'll toss it in the corner on top of a chair or on a desk. So I was feeling like really down and very stressed out. I would wake up with anxiety, and I hate that feeling, I realized it's because I had gotten back from my trip, and for like 2 weeks after, I didn't unpack my bag, I didn't organize my clothes, I didn't finish my laundry. So much clutter everywhere, and I was disorganized. I said, you know what, I'm gonna take one day off and I'm going to fix everything. I'm going to declutter everything. I'm going to just organize my physical life so that I'll feel better inside. And I'm one of those people, if I have a messy desk, I can't concentrate. So wash your laundry, fix your clothes, donate clothes if you have way too many clothes, or sell them on Poshmark, and just take one day. If you're like, no, I'm too busy, I can't fix this, I can't do this, just take one day, 1 second to clean up your mess and just organize your life and organize your room, organize your office, organize your papers or your files, and you will feel so much better. You also want the good energy to be free flowing in your space, so don't block it off from getting to you. And my fourth tip is to take each morning to start the day off right. This is so important. My morning routine, my ritual has been so important and so key to me waking up and feeling great in the morning and excited, because my morning routine excites me. I'll make a video on my morning routine once I've settled into it and found a good pattern that works for me, because right now I'm just switching up my morning routine and seeing what works. But so far I'm loving waking up earlier. That relieves so much more of my stress because I have way more time in the morning where it's quiet to just do my thing and center myself and meditate. It's so important to take time each morning and each night, or just in the moment you feel stressed. It's important to focus on your breath. Even if you're not good at meditating, even if you don't like meditating, just taking deep breaths in through your nose, out through your mouth is so beneficial to feeling better in the moment. Doing that until all you're doing is counting your breaths and just focused on your breath and how you're feeling and how your tension is just being released from your shoulders and your jaw and your back and everywhere. It's so transformative. What's been helping me a lot is reading books. I have just finished Giselle's new book, Lessons, and I highly recommend it. It is amazing. I feel more focused and grounded from reading it because it's just very relatable to me, because a lot of the things she felt and went through, I felt myself, obviously differently because I don't have an international career as a supermodel, but it's awesome to see such a hardworking and driven woman, to know that she struggled as well, and her mindsets are very similar to mine, so it was very reassuring just to read her words, so I recommend it. But reading books is so good for you. Even fiction books, give that time to yourself. That is how you make time for yourself. And take your mornings and your night times and put it towards you and what you want to get out of your day. It's so important also to feed yourself the right foods, nourish yourself, eat a lot of fresh fruits and vegetables, and get your sleep, get your beauty rest, and you will feel so much better just about life in general when you rest up and you feel good. It's just overall very important to get out of your mind, do things that are going to relax you and calm you down. One thing I've been really obsessed with lately are slimes, and these are Slime by Jacqueline slimes. This is like a candy corn. I know, I'm such a kid, I know. This is a candy corn slime. It's actually really sticky. I love this pink one, even though it's like really sticky sometimes. I love it because it smells like my favorite perfume from high school. Comme Toi Sucre Pacifique Vanilla Extreme. Oh my god. This is what Vanilla Extreme smelled like when it had already settled into my skin. But this is too sticky to play with. And this blue one is so relaxing. This one is a lot better quality. I mean, they're both amazing quality, but this one's not as sticky. ASMR. So it's really important just to get out of your mind, guys. Also know that stress is caused a lot of times by our thoughts and beliefs and our expectations on ourselves. So make sure that you don't overwhelm yourself and don't put so much pressure on yourself to be perfect or good, or for life to be perfect, because life is never going to be perfect. And know that to every problem, there is usually a solution. So instead of stressing out about the problem, focus all your energy, attention into finding a solution, into not letting it consume you, because stress is very deadly. Stress is so bad for our health, for our cardiovascular health, our mental health. Stress can cause weight gain and all types of different disorders. Stress is very harmful to the human body and to the human psyche. So it's important that if you're stressing out about something or you have constant stress, that you learn how to channel it. And of course, exercise is always something that I will be an advocate for. Some kind of light exercise. I have literally been exercising right in my room, just putting out my yoga mat and doing strength training exercises right from my room. And it's been helping me tone up, not too time consuming. So figure something out for you just to get your body moving, or maybe dancing to your favorite songs every morning before you get ready, or just to hype yourself up, and just get your body moving, get your breath flowing. I think that is really, really the key. Don't self-medicate, guys. I know it's so easy when you're stressed out, and this is why we have the whole 5 o'clock culture here in the US or in a lot of places where right after work people go to the bar and drink because they're stressed, and that is just not a good coping mechanism. I used to do that. I used to drink because I was stressed and anxious and depressed, and it just wasn't good for me. In the end, it was just ruining my body. We have a huge drug problem here in America, and people are addicted to prescription drugs and addicted to meth and all this stuff, heroin. And oh my goodness, we have a huge opioid crisis here, and it's important to be able to channel, you know, your stress and anxiety in healthy ways so that it won't come and manifest as something bigger later on down the road. So that being said, I hope those tips helped you. It's just very important to find something for you. Now, Premium Jane's Premium CBD oil, and it is a citrus flavored CBD. This is what I take, and look guys, I'm basically all out of it. I honestly wanted to try this stuff for an extended period of time, for about a month, at least a month, before I gave my honest review and opinion on it. And I want to thank Marijuana Break for sending me this product and also the CBD ointment that I have been using. I don't have it here with me, but it's very amazing for pains and muscle aches and tension. It's incredible, and it smells like eucalyptus. I was thinking of trying it myself, and then that's how the universe works, guys. See, Marijuana Break reached out to me. They were like, hey, can we send you some premium CBD oil? We know that you have stress and anxiety, and see how you like our CBD oil. And what's awesome about marijuanabreak.com is that they have a wide selection and variety of cannabis products. They have CBD, vape, they have oils, ointments, all types of things, and they have a wealth of information on their website. So if you guys want to check out marijuanabreak.com, the link is down below, so you guys can see all types and see what product will work for you and which one you want to try out. I also want to give a disclaimer. Make sure you talk to a healthcare professional or your physician. Talk to your doctor to see if it will be okay for you to take. It's still something new. That's why I wanted to try it myself, and a lot of you guys have so many questions about it. If you suffer from very low blood pressure, or you just tend to have more low blood pressure, it's very important that you don't take this stuff because it can affect you negatively. That's the only side effect I found through my research online and in medical journals about how it affects the body. So I can't tell you to take CBD oil, and I'm not going to tell you it's going to get rid of your stress or anxiety, but I will tell you that it has helped me tremendously in dealing with my stress. Now what I do is I take half a dropper, and this is just an oil. So you take half a dropper, and I'm not gonna drop this in my mouth because I'm trying to save it. Under your tongue. You leave it under your tongue for about a minute to a minute and a half, and then you swallow. And it has a very light citrusy flavor. It almost tastes like the lemon Starburst without the sweetness. It's just very like lemony, and it's very light and citrusy. So I love lemon, so it's the perfect flavor for me. It doesn't taste like marijuana at all. It doesn't have any weird aftertaste. It's very smooth. It just literally tastes like lemon oil. It's very, very pleasant. So just to make this clear, CBD oil does not get you high, because there are two components of the cannabis plant. One is THC and the other is CBD. THC is the component of marijuana that does get you high. It is the hallucinogen part of it. CBD is not. So the physical effects I've noticed is when I take this, within 30 minutes to an hour, depends if I ate or if I'm on an empty stomach, it will start to kick in. And what I do notice is that my breathing, oh my goodness guys, my breathing starts to relax. It's almost like my chest kind of goes down a little bit. You know, my heart and my breath and all that, it's like, it feels like everything's right here in my chest and in my back. It just relaxes me a ton. And I also notice that I have less tension in my back and my shoulders, and also I don't grind my teeth like I normally do. The effects probably last maybe, you know, throughout the day. It starts to kind of wear off, so I take 2 doses in a day, in the morning and then probably around 5 p.m.-ish. Just depends if I'm really active that day or if I feel that I really need it or I'm particularly stressed out. But most of the time it's just 1/2 a dropper in the morning, and it should hold me off the rest of the day. This is a 300 milligram dosage. And this is a question I've gotten because I posted on Instagram about it, how I took it for menstrual cramps, and guys, it helped me so much. My periods the first day are so painful. I am full of fatigue. The pain is enormous, and I can't even get out of bed. That's how bad it can be on the first day. The rest of the days, the next 4 days, are super normal. Like I have no pain, I have no cramps, it's just normal. But the first day, it's always the hardest. And I took this for my period twice, and it really, really helped me. You know, I still felt a little bit because my pains were so intense. I still felt a little bit, but it relieved it amazingly, and I didn't even take any painkillers. I usually would take a Tylenol or something, and I didn't need to. So it's amazing if you have mild menstrual cramps. It's wonderful. Anxiety is really strange because it does come in two forms, the mental and the physical. I feel like when the physical symptoms go away, my mental symptoms also are alleviated. I feel more like, oh, I can handle this. It's not so bad. You know what I mean? So my heart and my whole body is not like tensed up. My mind is gonna be like, okay, we're cool. So just some info on CBD. It's legal basically everywhere, and this is because CBD oil is not psychoactive like regular cannabis with THC in it. So basically CBD stands for cannabinoid, which exists in the cannabis sativa plant. And the way it works is that it interacts with the endocannabinoid system inside our brain, inside our body. So when we ingest cannabis, these receptors in the brain and the nervous system are activated. Your blood pressure is probably the main thing that it will affect. So if you have low blood pressure, please check with your doctor or maybe stay away from it because it will lower your blood pressure. And my dad also takes CBD oil because he suffers from high blood pressure. He had a health scare this year because of his high blood pressure, and he's been taking CBD oil ever since. And it's been helping him a lot with his stress and anxiety. CBD works with the ECS in our body, which regulates appetite, memory, sleep, mood, and pain. And a main purpose of the ECS in our body is to recuperate the body after stress. And ECS helps our bodies keep healthy function by keeping our body in balance. And it also regulates pain and inflammation. A lot of times when we get wounds, so let's say you get a cut, the body will create inflammation around the wound to protect it. But many times the body doesn't get rid of inflammation on its own. And sometimes the ECS doesn't work as intended. So we keep inflammation in those sites and pain and things like that. So what CBD does is it works with the ECS in relieving that stress and bringing that inflammation down and bringing the pain down. So it listens to the cannabinoid receptors that sit on top of each cell. So what CBD oil does is stimulate the production of even more endocannabinoids, allowing your body to work better and lessen inflammation in any areas where you had an injury or a cut and your body didn't lessen that inflammation naturally. So the way it treats anxiety is that it communicates with GABA, and GABA is what sends information and messages from one neuron to the other. So if you guys want more information, I did my own research, and also on marijuanabreak.com you can see all types of wonderful products and read up on cannabis and CBD. I hope that our medical community will do more to research on CBD and its effects because it's all very new, and they really need to put more info out there and do more research because I think that this is something absolutely wonderful. So if you guys want to try out CBD for yourself, this is the Premium Jane one. I will put the link down below. And also I have a 20% off coupon for you guys, especially for my viewers. Use the code Isabel at checkout to get 20% off and see how it makes you feel. And maybe it will be a beautiful, natural, simple way to deal with your stress and anxiety without having to go down the medication route if that's not what you're about. I hope this video was helpful for you guys. If you have any questions or you just want to know a little bit more, leave me your questions. If you have taken CBD oil, please share your experience with me down below, and maybe sharing your story will inspire others to try it out for themselves. So don't forget to take advantage of my code Isabel, 20% off at checkout. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hit thumbs up if you want my morning routine because I'm kind of excited to do a morning routine video. And don't forget to subscribe to see more videos from me and join our family. Don't forget to check out my podcast, Taking Back Your Power. The link is down below. And don't forget to follow me on social media. I'm on Instagram, Snapchat, and Twitter. All the links are always down below. I love you guys, and I will see you in my next video. Always remember, no matter who you are in this life, no matter what you may look like, no matter what you're dealing with, your true beauty, your true worth, and your true power always come from within. I love you guys, and I will see you in my next video. Bye-bye.